Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today I'm going to be going over my team selection and any potential transfers that I'm thinking of making for Game Week 10. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. Leave a comment, what's your team looking like for Game Week 10 and any transfers you're thinking of making. Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, Game Week 9 didn't actually end that bad. Going into the Forest Leicester game, I was on a big red arrow, but Madison getting me that 18-pointer really helped out my game week. I went into Game Week 9, I think my rank was 22k, and I came out as like 20,900th. So, a very small green arrow, but a green arrow nonetheless. Before the Madison haul, I was on like 59k or something, so definitely helped me out. Not the best kind of week though. I know I finished on 87 points, but in terms of like how my players performed that I brought in on the wild card, it was a bit of a shambles. Gaeta got me 1 point, Zaha got me 2, Mitrovic got 0, he got a yellow and then went off injured, and then of course Tony getting me 1 as well. So really, when you take a look at it like that, it wasn't the greatest kind of wild card, especially because if I didn't play my wild card, I would have still had Bowen, I would have still had Kane, so I think I would have finished on like 90 something points if I didn't wildcard. So it is what it is. I mean, you're not going to really expect Tony to get 1 point against Bournemouth and Mitrovic to get 0 points and then getting an injury. It's just how it goes. But either way, it was a green arrow. My game week rank of 1,410,000. Obviously, the Haaland captaincy saved my week and Madison did as well. But apart from that, I got like no other returns. Salah got me an assist. Martinelli got me an assist. Trippier got me a clean sheet. Got lucky that he actually came off early before the Newcastle conceded that goal. Otherwise, it would have been even worse. But yeah, all in all, quite a terrible week if it wasn't for a few superstars in the team. But yeah, also glad I didn't play Dallo this week as well. -2, not great. But that's how I finished for Game Week 9. 87 points isn't that bad. It's a green arrow, but I'm still a little bit disappointed. It could have been a lot better if, like I said, if I just didn't play my wild card. But at the same time, a lot of people didn't, well, not a lot of people didn't captain Haaland, but, you know, a lot of people don't own Madison, stuff like that. So in terms of out of everyone, it's not as bad. But again, it still feels like it could have been a lot better, but it is what it is. Anyway, moving on to my Game Week 10 team. I've got Gaeta in goal, Leeds at home. Again, brought him in for this fixture run that he's got coming up. Whether they get clean sheets and stuff, I'm not too sure. It's just literally, they're just so good, the fixtures are. And yeah, their defensive numbers have been pretty poor, but they've played some really tough teams. So now that their fixture swing is like in their favor, fingers crossed that we do get a couple of clean sheets. But yeah, Gaeta in goal, Leeds at home, hopefully get something from that. The back line is James at home to Wolves. I'm expecting something from this game from James. James is like past kind of games, he's had like barely any returns. He got 1 return in Game Week 4, which was a clean sheet or something, no, a goal. And then apart from that, he got 0, 1, and then 2. So he's about to do a bloody return, whether that's a goal, an assist, or a clean sheet or something like that. He always seems to be quite high on bonus, but he just doesn't get anything. So yeah, hopefully now that Wolves are kind of like all over the place and they've just lost their manager, he can get something there. I've got Cancelo at home to Southampton, who's actually my vice captain this week, because if for whatever reason Haaland doesn't play, I still think that Cancelo can get an assist from that game, a clean sheet, and will definitely benefit me if for whatever reason Haaland doesn't play. Of course, we still have like the Champions League fixtures and stuff and the Europa League fixtures. I'm recording this before those games, so like I say, if Haaland does pick up an injury tonight or something like that, you know, that's gonna just throw a massive spanner in the works for everybody. It's gonna go into chaos. But either way, we'll cross that bridge if we get to it. Trippier at home to Brentford as well. Again, could be a nice fixture for him, could be a clean sheet, could be an assist or a goal or something like that, fingers crossed. And then I'm also playing Dallo this week away at Everton. It's just simply because Mitrovic is injured. If Mitrovic is back, then I'll bench Dallo, but obviously if Mitrovic isn't playing away at West Ham this week, then I will play Dallo. This is the team that I'm kind of putting out if Mitrovic is injured. But that's the back line, you know, 4 home fixtures, and then again away at Everton. United might be able to get something from that game. Dallo did score twice in like international duty, so hopefully he can replicate that and get me some points, because it's a little bit of a differential, to be fair. He's only owned by 7.9% of teams, but you know, I think that's kind of like not in the top like 100k. I think that's like quite spread out over like a lot of people that don't really play and stuff anymore. Either way, Dallo away at Everton is my final defender. In midfield, I have Zaha at home to Leeds, Salah away at Arsenal, Madison away at Bournemouth, and then Martinelli at home to Liverpool. So yeah, Zaha again, same reason as Gaeta, brought him in for these fixtures, hopefully can get something on penalties. fingers crossed he does. There's a lot of other players around like that price point of Zaha, Maddison. You've got the likes of Diaz as well for Liverpool, who again, their minutes might be managed a little bit now that Jota's back and stuff. Did play in the Champions League last night though. There's also Foden, Saka, Bowen. There's a lot of players around that price point, so you kind of have to pick the right ones. And I've got obviously Salah away at Arsenal. He did score a pen last night. I mean, he looked quite good. He was actually creating quite a few chances. We all know that, like, for whatever reason, Nunez just can't seem to score. But yeah, Salah had put a few. I watched the game and he did put a couple of chances on a plate for him, but unfortunately missed. So, you know, if someone else is on the end of that, like Firmino or something, then it would be an assist and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Salah away at Arsenal, it's not the greatest fixture. Again, I brought him in for the fixtures after, like, the City game. Where obviously a lot of people are probably going to be jumping on Liverpool players there, but you know, West Ham at home, away at Forest, and then Leeds at home. Some really nice fixtures there, and he could be captaincy worthy as well in that Forest game. We'll have to wait and see. But you know, if I did downgrade him to like De Bruyne, you know, De Bruyne then has Liverpool and then he blanks. So I think I've just kind of missed the train there. I could downgrade him to Bowen and bring like Kane in and stuff if Mitrovic is injured. Again, I'll speak about all that like going over in the transfer portion of the video. But as of right now, I'm playing Salah away at Arsenal. Maddison away at Bournemouth. Again, really happy with his 18 points. Another fixture that he could easily do well in. Potentially captaincy worthy this week as well. But if you're gonna go against Haaland at home to Southampton, then you've got a set of bollocks on you, because that's probably gonna be an absolute bloodbath, that City Southampton game, as it was for Forest. And then Martinelli at home to Liverpool as well. Yeah, I don't know. I with Trent kind of getting forward as much as he does, I think that will create a lot of space for Martinelli. And, you know, I think that there will be quite a few goals in this game. I think it will finish like 2-2 or 3-2 or something like that. So, yeah, hopefully Martinelli and Salah are on the end of all of them. But either way, I am playing at home to Liverpool. It's just kind of, I feel like he can get something. It's at the Emirates as well. We'll have to see what happens. Then up top, I've got Haaland at home to Southampton, who, of course, is my captain this week. And then Tony away at Newcastle. Quite a few people selling Tony this week. A lot of people selling Salah, stuff like that. A few people selling Zaha as well. So hopefully one of those could reward me for keeping with them. But yeah, Tony away at Newcastle. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. He is on penalties. He might get a lucky penalty or something like that. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But that's what my team's shaping up to be. Again, my bench is Iverson, Mitrovic away at West Ham, Andreas away at West Ham, and then Kilman away at Chelsea. Obviously, I'm not going to play Kilman. If Mitrovic is, you know, back, then I'll play him. If he's only injured for like one game week, then I'm still going to keep him. I'm not really in any rush to get rid of him, depending on obviously the injury. Like if he's back if he just misses West Ham, that's fine, because I'm not going to sell him ahead of Bournemouth at home and then Villa at home, Leeds away, and then Everton at home. That's such a good run of fixtures. 3 home games as well. He's on penalties. I don't want to get rid of him. If he's out for like 3 weeks, then fair play. I'll start thinking about what to do with him. There's the likes of Callum Wilson that I can upgrade to, who's obviously a really good shout. He's on penalties as well, and Newcastle are creating a lot of chances. I think they're like 4th for like XG or something. So he's obviously a nice option. Obviously very injury prone though, so that's the little worrying part of it. But either way, that is my game week 10 team. And then going into my transfers this week, again, I kind of just want to roll this week and just kind of see what this team wants to do. I've got 0.6 in the bank, so you know, if I wanted to, I could take a hit this week. You know, if it honestly depends on injuries. If injuries are bad this week, like with Mitrovic and stuff, then it might might twist my arm to do something, and that something it'll probably be like Mitrovic to Kane, because then at least I've got like a decent captaincy option as well in game week 11, even though I could still captain Haaland against Liverpool, because I think he could still score something that week as well. And then instead of Salah, I get rid of him and bring in like Bowen or someone like that, or maybe even Foden if I wanted to triple up. But again, it'd be a little bit risky to bring in a City player, seeing as they do blank in game week 12, is it? So yeah, I could bring in Bowen this week as well, and that could be my transfers. I've still got 0.8 in the bank. I would be taking a -4, which I'm not really happy about after just playing my wild card. But again, injuries kind of do that. So, you know, if Mitrovic is out for a while, then obviously I'll get rid of him. But you know, if he's only out for one game, then I'm fine with that. I didn't mean to get rid of Kane there. Let me put you there. Okay. If he is out though, and I don't want to obviously get rid of Salah and stuff, I think I can upgrade to Callum Wilson. I think I've just got enough. Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's only 7.2. He went down a bit of price actually. So yeah, Wilson could also be an option as well if Mitrovic is out. And then again, Newcastle's fixtures aren't bad. They're actually decent, and he can score against United. He can score against Tottenham. I don't think he would be a terrible option. And like, look at his last 3 fixtures as well. Like game week 6, 8 points. Game week 8, 5 points. Game week 9, 7 points. He does love scoring a goal. Well, that's Trippier actually. Never mind. My bad. Let me go on to Wilson. Wilson got. Okay, so he scored against Fulham, didn't play against Bournemouth, obviously this big injury run, but he scored against City, he scored against Forest. Doesn't really like getting bonus points though, unfortunately, but yeah, I don't know, could be an option. It's a little bit risky though. I just kind of hope that Mitrovic is fine because I really want Mitrovic for those fixtures coming up. But either way, that's what my game week 10 team is kind of looking like as of right now. I would like to roll the transfer because, I don't know, I feel like Arsenal away, it's a tough fixture, but then when City go to Liverpool, I think I'd back Salah to do better than like De Bruyne in that game because it is at Anfield and stuff. But either way, that's going to be my game week 10 team. We'll wait for like press conferences and stuff. Of course, I'll do my final thoughts video on Friday after all the Champions League and Europa games and stuff like that. We'll know more about injuries. We'll know more about like Mitrovic, if any other players do get injuries, stuff like that. So yeah, obviously, I know there's going to be a lot of transfers being made throughout this week, like selling Mitrovic, selling Salah. But again, if Mitrovic is back, like he could even be back this week, we don't know. And if he is, I don't think you should be selling him at all because that run of fixtures is just really good. Either way, though, that's everything from me. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.